Next out on track, BMW M Performance Parts Race Series, and it's going to be classes D and E. Reinhard Miller, the first in line to take the Class D lead this weekend in the absence of Manny Ribeiro. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that Manny is not joining us today. I was really excited to give him a go in that track taxi. But yeah, we're going to make the best of it. It's going to be a great weekend, hopefully.
And that car is always spectacular out there. We can't miss that thing, eh?
Yeah, that track taxi, and I'm here with a new car today, so my goal was actually just to beat that damn taxi, because it was, for some reason, always in front of me, but yeah, it's going to be a lucky weekend.
Well, good luck to you, Dave. Leading the Class E at the moment, so plans, just tell us how it's all going.
Yeah, look, it's been a great start to the season. I've been very fortunate. Motorsport can be a cruel mistress. But it's been a good run for me, and racing has really performed and given me a car that's nice and reliable, and I think that's what's pulled us through so far. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm still a pretty new lad in this series, only started mid last year, so I'm enjoying it. It's been a great start to the season.
Well, good to be leading the points. Now, Naidu up from Durban, joining the series from Durban this time around. How do you like the Red Star race, and how's it been going in practice?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. In fact, I'm here for the second time out at Red Star, and I enjoyed the practice session following Neil and following his lines and trying to get the best out of it. So we had a good practice session this morning.
Well, you probably heard the interviews before. The secret is brake in a straight line, turn and accelerate. You've probably learned that already. I don't have to tell you that. Guys, good luck to all of you. Have a great time out there and put on a great show.
Great, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
For the start of race 1 for classes D and E in the M Performance Racing Series. Looks like they stay pretty much playing pretty much the same as what they were going into the race. The 13 car there of Long just squeezing out Craig Hapst into turn 1, maintaining literally as they started on the racetrack. Couple of maneuvers coming through there from Nicholas Hapst's point of view. He's up to second. He's got just ahead there of Reinhard Miller, and Miller under pressure now from Arnold Naidu. Arnold Naidu definitely looking for a chance to up his pace and get into the mix there, possibly at the front end of Class D. Greenhouse solar car. Up into second as they get onto the short straight. Once again, the pressure comes from Reinhard Miller. Looks like a little bit of a misgear there, or maybe not quite the drive he wanted from Arnold Naidu. And here's Berze. Heinz Berze on the inside and forcing Naidu. No, he manages to hang on. Looks like Naidu might have just had to do some evasive maneuvers there from Berze's point of view. There we go, back into it again as Miller tries to return the favour there and get back up ahead. Reinhard Miller on the inside of the second part of the dog bone, and does so. Nice manoeuvre there from Reinhard Miller to get back into second place, dropping Hapst back down to third into the clutches, literally, of Arnold Naidu and Heinz Berze. So that's how they come out of the dog bone. Those are looking to try and pounce now. Trevor Long right behind him. 6 cars all in with a chance of a win here. Right now, Reynolds sets the pace. So it's Neil Reynolds onto the back straight away. Slipstream City could possibly come into play here. They are very evenly matched BMWs. It's race tactics and driver ability that may come into play here for the win. Reinhardt tries to close down on the back end of Reynolds. Now gets drive out of the Bridgestone chicane and trying to find a way through there as they come to complete the lap. Another one down. And race action continues into turn 1. Reynolds just hanging on. Miller behind him. Pulling a small gap now over Hapst. Hapst trying to close that gap down again. A little gap that opened up there between the two of them. Definitely wanted to change up the manoeuvring there. That was happening for first and second, that's for sure. And get into the mix for the win. And that is exactly what he's doing. So Hapst now putting the pressure onto Miller. Miller feeling it. Miller is definitely feeling that pressure. Just waiting for our timing monitor to refresh itself here. So Matt Wadley from Johan Miller is what it says on the timing monitor, but I don't think that's right. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's definitely Heinz Berzer. So ATS Motorsport, Dunlop Sport Max, of course, running now on these cars as the official supplier to the series. I'm not quite sure why this timing monitor is not picking up here, but it's definitely not Matt Wadley out front. The 5.7 car of Neil Reynolds continues to lead out. And Reinhard Miller behind him, followed by the 31 car of Nicholas Hapst. Now Solar Man into the chicane. He's got pressure coming in the form of Arnold Naidu on his tail. Berzer starting to feel the pressure as well. A bit coming from the back end from Trevor Long. No change up here in terms of those first four. Still controlling things from the front there is Neil Reynolds. Reinhard Miller has closed him down though, ever so slightly. Not quite getting past on him yet, just yet though. So Reynolds from Miller, Miller from Hapst, Hapst from Naidu as they go down into turn 6. Greenhouse Solar BMW is trying to bridge the gap though. And there's some big maneuvers happening in the background. As you can see, trying hard. Maybe a little bit too hard there from Arnold Naidu. Putting some wheels onto the dirty stuff. You don't want to be doing that too often. That could certainly end your chances of being on the podium. Just ask Rory Atkinson. He'll tell you all about that. Didn't quite work out for him in the first heat of classes A and C of Paybar Volkswagen Challenge. So onto that back straightaway they come, just trying to pick up on some of those Class E leaders as well. We're looking for possibilities there of Dave Reesa and Leonard Archer. Those will be your top two in Class E that'll be fighting hard. This is the back end of Class D. Craig Herbst there. Just behind that there is Reesa. So Dave Reesa coming through there now. He currently leads out over Leonard Archer, the ACD Velcom man. New man to the series as well, which is great to see. Possibly Matt Wadley leading out Class E as well. We didn't quite pick up on that one, but if it is Wadley, the fight is on there. It's ACD, that's Leonard Archer there, definitely the front car in that battle. You know, that's the third place battle there. Craig Herbst behind him. Looks like there's going to be a fight on there as well. That definitely is the new car. Great to see him stepping up into BMW Racing Series as well. He's got a lot of race cars he participates in. Does old Leonard Archer. He loves being behind the wheel of a race car. And now we've got an ACD Velcom machine. There is Wadley, 317. Leader of Class E. So Matty, I'm not sure. Matt's still running. That is Wadley, yeah, for sure. But he's still running D on the front number board. So if he has gone into Class E, he would be the first car on track. Reesa in second. Reese in the Pepper Shield BMW. Here he comes. No, that's Kobus Boma. Beg your pardon, that's Kobus Boma. So Kobus Boma there in the Pepper Shield BMW. Not quite sure where Reese is. Dave Reese should be the man out front in Class E. Just trying to pick up on where he is on track there. You can try and spot him. That's the plan. Man Wade here at this point in time, as we see it, could possibly be leading Class E. Although he's still got a Class D sticker on his car. Just detuned that car to drop it back down into Class E. There is 7:35, Dave Reese up. So Reese is leading. Reese is leading as we go back to the front. Dave Reese is leading Class E. And we go back to Miller trying to close down on Neil Reynolds. Has he been able to do that? Let's see how far up or far back Reynolds is coming down into turn 6. So it looks like we've got a new leader. We have. Miller hits the front. Reinhardt taking the lead from Neil Reynolds, and he's opened up a little bit of a margin now over him. So it is Reinhard Miller controlling things from the front now, and a new leader. Then Reynolds. Reynolds still got Nicholas Haps on his tail in the greenhouse solar car. Onto the back straight away they go again. Another lap started for a couple of contenders in Class E as the Class D competitors are starting to close in on those tail enders. Back markers could become a factor here. Or problems. Is that the... Yes, that I think could possibly be Arnold Naidu. It is Arnold Naidu off the track and out of race 1. It hasn't quite gone according to plan there for Arnold Naidu's point of view. Possible yellow flag's going to be down into that section with that car park just off track. So Arnold Naidu out of this one. Potential top 5 for him. Parked on the sideline is not going to be happening. One and 2 coming out of turn 3. About 3 laps to go for this one. So about 3 laps to go in this one. Bit of smoke coming off that Valve Hospital BMW. Watching through the pack as well for other battles that have started to rage. You can see the smoke still coming off that Valve Hospital BMW. Reese still hanging on for Class E honours. Craig Herbst is on his tail, but that Vectron Energy BMW is not a Class E competitor, he's a Class D competitor. So Dave has got some breathing room and a car between himself and second place, Matty Wadley. That's your Class E leader and your overall championship leader in this category. Haps on his tail for Victron Energy. His brother Nick up the road in the greenhouse solar BMW. Still hanging on for 3rd place overall in Class D. In fact, make that 2nd. Reynolds with some problems. I did say there was some smoke coming off that front right. And there's still smoke coming off that car. as he came out of turn 11. He's going to be caught and passed possibly here by Heinz Berzer as well as Trevor Long as they come down into the chicane. Berzer inside, gets through. And I think Trevor Long's going to follow him as well. Dropping Neil Reynolds out of the front end of this race completely. Reynolds, your pole man, literally has led almost the entire race and is now pulling into pit lane. So with 2 to go, it's the end of Neil Reynolds. Reynolds sideline there in that Valve Hospital BMW, leaving the man out front in the Amtech Racing Fuels BMW, Reinhard Miller, in with a chance of the win. He'll now have a very comfortable margin over the rest of the Class D competitors. Berzer could be on the podium here. Very good possibilities that Heinz Berzer could hang on for a podium position and finish in 3rd place ahead of Trevor Long. Remember, Heinz won't be scoring points in this championship, I don't think. As an invitational driver, you're literally out there to do the best you can, but you don't affect the points of the other drivers that you're fighting with. So Trevor Long will still score 3rd place points for his 4th place on track. But how awesome would it be to have Heinz Berzer back on a podium at championship level motorsport again. So Hapst into the dog bone. 2nd place in Class D for the Greenhouse Solar BMW. Here is 3rd place in Class E going through your shot. Coming up on the back end of Corin Nienaber. Corin Nienaber about to be caught here. I think that may be her in the 111. Just double checking. Yeah, definitely there in the 33318i. That E30318i about to be caught possibly by Reinhard Miller before she gets to the line. She may just stay ahead of him before the flag comes out. So it's Nienaber who will have another lap to do. Or will she? Oh, they're on the last lap now. Beg your pardon, last lap now. I thought we still had 1 to go. I thought we were done on that one, but we got 1 to go. So Nienaber will do 1 less lap. She's now been caught and passed by Reinhard Miller, who continues on his merry way and looking for the first win of the day here for Class D in the BMW M Performance Racing Series. Miller from Hapst, Hapst from Berzer. Heinz Berzer in with a chance possibly of beating Trevor Long, and he still stays ahead of him as I see out the window of the commentary booth here. Trying to hang on and keep out Trevor Long. Get a podium. I wonder if they got a pit board out there for Heinz Berzer to tell him that he's in a podium position. That's pretty awesome stuff for the man from ATS Motorsport. Does a huge amount of good for South African motorsport now with the brand of ATS as well as the Dunlop brand. I'm hoping Joanne de Freitas will be here as well to see her fellow Dunlop man about to take a victory in the category that they support. Still some fights on track to be sorted out in the mid-pack as well, but no one's going to catch this guy. Since he got through on Neil Reynolds, and Reynolds had some problems with that front right-hand side of the car, had to retire the Valve Hospital BMW. It's the Amtech Racing Hajo Transport BMW looking for the first win for Class D and E combined. Risa going through shot there as well, still maintaining his lead over Craig Herbst and the lead of Class E at this point. So it looks like Dave Reese is going to maintain maximum points and maintain the lead overall of the BMW M Performance Parts Racing Series. That's your 2nd place car. Getting onto the back straight away, but here comes your leader into the chicane for the last time. To the line, Reinhard Miller for the win. First one in the bag for the day. And he was going to be thinking to himself, well, if Neil Reynolds can get it all sorted out, maybe he'll be back. Heinz Berzer heading towards the line for a podium on his return to circuit racing. Showing you that it doesn't really lose too much, eh? Well done there, Heinzie. Third place in the track taxi. Beats out Trevor Long. Coronino are just behind the two of them as she crosses the line. This is ACD Velkom's and coming to the line, waiting for Class E. It should be Dave Reese for the win. Reese taking the victory. He'll take the win there and beats out, of course, the hard charge coming from Class D's Craig Herbst, but he beat him to the line. So Class E honours going to Dave Reese again, and a nice finish to the first race of the day there for the BMW M Performance Parts Racing Series.